Hello, and welcome to the new season of Apex Legends Season 8 Mayhem. In this video, we're going to be going through all the updates that have gone on, any patches, and any quality of life bug fixes, and so on and so forth. We're going to be starting with the patch notes first. Our first one here being Wraith, who has finally had a change to her hitbox, which, if you're anything like me, this is a godsend because I'm sick of throwing arc stars through her hips for them to just fucking fly through her. The next hero up for change is Rampart. With her win rate still being a bit low, the devs felt that they needed to tweak her a little bit. They have now made it so that her turret has a 180-degree like swivel instead of 120. This means that obviously she can look around a bit further with her turret when she is on it. The next change to Rampart is they've increased the starting health of her barricades as she puts them down. So instead of the initial 1 HP, they've now made it 45 HP to shoot through and destroy. On the other hand though, the snipers still have piercing damage. They do 70 damage to the barricade. So after the barricade has taken that 45 damage, the remaining damage will punch through and hurt whoever is behind it. Then on to Horizon, who has only had a minor change. They've been seeing that her win rate is still quite high for a new character. They have increased the cooldown of her gravity lift. So now, after the gravity lift is done, then the 15-second cooldown will start. The gravity lift goes on for about 10 seconds, so that means that overall is a 25-second cooldown from start of the gravity lift to being able to use it again. Now, they've made a little bit of a change to Octane. Before, it used to be a case that if you timed a jump correctly with his jump pad, you would get a weird bit of a super jump. Now they've kind of implemented that into the actual ultimate without having to try and time a weird jump. So, if you go ahead and jump on the jump pad while standing, you will have more of a vertical leap into the air, gaining a lot of height. However, if you decide to crouch when you go into the jump pad, you will actually go in more of a horizontal arc, covering a lot of distance very fast. This is quite a nice little change to Octane. Being able to change up the way that you do fly is good. I've always found that his ultimate is a bit of a weak one, so being able to change it up so people can't track you through the air quite as easily is quite nice to see. On to the next legend, that is Crypto. Now, Crypto's change isn't quite a big one. It almost feels more like a quality of life change. But essentially what they've done is made it so you can now no longer attach arc stars to friendly Crypto drones. As you can see, it just bounces off of the drone and, well, nearly back at yourself. This is so that people couldn't obviously essentially line up a drone, have their teammate throw an arc star, and then fly it into the enemy, which could obviously be quite devastating. The other little changes to do with some other legends is the fact that Loba is now able to see what is inside unopened care packages with her eye for quality, which she wasn't able to do before, and is also able to pull them out of the care package into her black market ultimate. Caustic's gas will now disappear as soon as Caustic and his full team is eliminated, whereas before he would stick around, which was fucking annoying. And Mirage's decoys now create footstep sounds, which will create an even better way for bamboozling people and reduce the chance of people figuring out who the correct Mirage is quite as quickly. The fully kitted rotation has been changed. The Wingman, Sentinel, Havoc, G7 and Alternator have been taken out, and then the R301 3030 repeater, New Gun, Mozambique, Longbow DMR and Spitfire have been put into the fully kitted rotation. With attachments, the gold barrel has been taken out, but the gold clip has been put in. The hop-ups, the double tap hop-up will be removed from the loot pool, and the anvil rounds, which is what lets the R301 and the flatline do more damage on the semi-auto mode, has been put back into the loot pool. The vault has only been decreased by 1 damage, the alternator has been increased by 1 damage, and the Spitfire has been increased by 1 damage with its reload speed increased a little bit, and the EVA rate has had a faster firing rate increase. On to some bug fixes. With Caustic, it used to be a case of if someone did a sonar scan inside of his gas, it would sometimes stop his highlight vision. That has now been changed so that that will not happen. Loba had a few areas that she could get into in Kings Canyon that was a no-no, and now that has been changed. Rampart used to be able to put Sheila onto an Octane jump pad in Octane's town takeover. That's been changed. The Havoc had an issue where he's able to have 100% accuracy through Rampart's amped cover. I had no idea about that because I don't run the Havocs. It's a trash gun, but that was apparently a thing that they've now removed. And there was a POV issue with the Peacekeeper and Horizon where it would stick her in ADS. And then there's just some stuff to do with the clubs, and then some miscellaneous stuff to do with people cheering at Pathfinder's town, and some heirlooms not appearing in the shop. A cool little thing that they've added in is some blurbs for certain skins for certain legends. So if it is a skin that has something to do with the lore of the character, they've added a little bit of blurb as an explanation for the skin, which I think is really cool. A quick bit of information about the Golden Magazine is it looks like it only takes 5 seconds from it holstering to actually reload the full clip. This also doesn't appear to change whether the clip is nearly full, halfway full, or nearly empty. It still seems to only take 5 seconds across the whole time. Whether this is different with heavy ammo and light ammo, I'm not sure. I only managed to get my hands on a energy magazine. On to map changes. First up is Slum Lakes, that has been there since the beginning of Apex, has been taken away and replaced with Spotted Lake, a big scientific compound with a bit of a dam that is really cool to go and explore. In the north side of the map, just behind artillery, there is now being added onto the map the crash site for Fuse's ship. This looks like they've set up a big scientific compound around that to explore it, inspect it, and that is probably one of the most aggro spots in the game right now from my experience. A lot of fun to land at. Final ones for the map, an interesting change is just west of Capacitor where those 2 small compounds, one of them has been removed. We think this may be because of the fact that it's quite a clutch point and a lot of people could camp this spot out with a big wide view over a lot of the terrain. And last but definitely not least, the change we've all been waiting for is the damage counter that tracks the damage you have dealt throughout your match. That will appear in the top right of your screen just below the amount of squads that are left. Thank you very much for watching this video. That seems to be everything that has been changed / brought in with this new season. I hope you guys are enjoying Apex Season 8 as I know that I am so far. And if you do not know, I do stream just about every day over on Twitch, so make sure to go check that out. Thank you very much for the support, boys and girls, and happy hunting.